All right, so I think you could use the open tree, or this one will open the last one that was open. So if I go into here, here's my inventors. I got really interested in this family, collection of families. There's George Sr., his wife Alice. Annie buys his mother-in-law, George's sister-in-law, brother-in-law, George's sister, and George. George had a bunch of sisters. So the whole question is this going to be easy to put in Treebard or not? Burns Road. They lived on Burns Road out in the country, and they're farmers. So there's George. He's 3 3/12 old for his birth. I'm put down January 27. About. Born in Ohio. This works by you either hit the space button like that, or you double click. Either way. So the date in Treebard is entered very freely. Let's say about, because it comes from a source. I say estimate when I'm just guessing, and I say about when it comes from a source. That's how I do it. So let's go January 1927. Okay, there you go. This is formatted in a certain way up here. I like to format in this way, dates. I like to go like this with no dots and abbreviatized. Submit preferences, okay. Now if I redraw this table next time, it should say JAN with no dot. So he's number 1. There you go. If you can put his name in. This is an autofill. Say it autofills. Well, if you know his number, he's happened to be number 1. You go like that. It redrew that table. All right, continuing on our merry way. And you can say United States of America if you're that kind of person, but to me, if someone's going to have an ostentatious, really long name for their country, then they should expect it to be abbreviated. That's all. That's just, my opinion. Not everybody agrees with me, but normally I like to spell that stuff out. All right, now that's my conclusion. But where did I get this information? Well, no sources, right? Let's create a source. There you go. I've decided I'm going to put in 2 assertions right now. Let's put in a name assertion. We know his name is George from this. This document makes that claim, and this document makes the claim that he's 3 years and 3 months old. We're going to put in our assertion exactly the way it says, and that's what assertion is. Assertion is what the document says. It's a name. That went directly into the database as a new source. And then we're going to type a citation in here to cut down on the tediousness. If we type the citation, we're not going to have to type it twice. We're not going to have to copy it and paste it. It's going to be in the drop-down values for this combo box next time we use it. So we've got to have the citation used for all kinds of stuff because there's lots of people, names, ages, got a residence, all kinds of stuff that we're going to get to use for that very same citation. So let's say it's 273 and what's this, 282? I always have to look up here what do those mean exactly. If you want to find a good scan, you can usually get one at archive.org. This is the number of the dwelling, the number of the family. 273, 282. And it's going to be Madison Township, Lake County, Ohio, USA, sheet 11B, enumeration district 43-10. I like to put the big stuff first, so the big stuff is the place. Or some people would just say Madison, but I prefer to say township because that's, all right now, hang on. This is an assertion. We really need to say it the way it's said here, not paraphrase. All right. Okay. That's our goal. Well, especially when you say the assertion. Okay, the assertion is definitely the part you need to not paraphrase. On this part, I think we don't know what a township is. Madison Township, Lake County. I hate abbreviations. I just do. Sorry. You don't need to be short. You don't need to be short here because you're not going to type it twice. This is where I draw the line. I don't type out enumeration at all. Sheet 11V, dwelling 273, family 284. That's plenty of information right there. The assertion is George Heaton. Okay, that's his name. Now look, see there's an asterisk on names tab, so now you got the assertion is, it's a name assertion. So the assertion is his name is George Heaton. It's their event-tied residence, whatever. That's not very important. But there's the source. There's the citation, nicely broken into 3 lines so it doesn't stretch all the way halfway to the moon. Madison Township, Lake County, all this nice fun stuff. That looks good to me. I'm going to go like that because I believe that's a pretty good source. Oh my goodness, look, we could do a repo. Well, I see. You could do the repository, but I don't honestly know where I got it. I could have gotten it from Family Search. I could have got it from Ancestry, and I don't have the URL. So let's do that later when we're not making stuff up. You don't have to put a repository if you don't want to. Okay, now let's do one more assertion. Create the new ones here. These tabs are for the ones you already created. This is for assertions that you've created but that are not linked to any finding. A finding is a row of conclusions. Date, place, particulars, age, and roles are conclusions. Okay, now we have one source. You see that? One source, one assertion, because an assertion is what the source says. Each assertion is one thing that's said by one source. Okay, so when we say over here, one source, that's just shorthand for one assertion. And we have no other assertion. See, there's no asterisks here, so you don't have to go clickety-click on trying to find out. But here, if there was something here, then that would be an assertion that's not linked to any finding here. These rows are each one finding. We're making a new one. This time it's going to be about his age. Here's what I found in genealogy. The older the person, the more they don't know how old they are. Especially the farther back you go in history, you know, there's people who can barely do arithmetic. What do they care how old they are? It's really not their thing. However, now Alice here, she's well educated, I'm sure. She probably knows exactly how old her son is, assuming that the census taker actually talked to her specifically, and he probably did. But we don't know that. Anyways, see, she's got some pretty specific ideas on how old these people are. And I think if we go looking, we'll find out that maybe later on in life he was 1 year off on his age or something. I don't know. Anyway, not important. We're just going to put this down as 3 3/12 because that's what it says. We're not going to interpret it. We're not going to paraphrase it. We're not going to do nothing. We're going to put it down exactly what it says. That's his age. In this assertion, we should make a residence over here. Let's make a residence. This is a conclusion. And the date is April 28th. You can just say 1930. You can say April 28th, 1930. You can say April 1930. It's up to you. Double click. Here's why I didn't fill it. This is important. I'm gonna spell this out for you. Okay, when I put something here in the source, it was in the citation. It said Madison for the census. It's the Madison census. That does not create a place. That would be wrong. That would be smart software, and it would be wrong about 3/4 of the time, because that's what smart software is all about. Smart software is all about being wrong about 3/4 of the time. Double up your work effort, your workload, because you got to figure out how to delete the bad stuff that was put in there programmatically by the stinking program. Then you got to go over there and put in the right stuff, and then you got to figure out what else is wrong because what you just had been put through. Okay, so no, we said Madison over here. That was not a place. We were not inputting a place at that time. Okay, we have not put in Madison. Let's do it right now. Madison Township. You don't worry about being short because it's going to break the line. This is a new feature. I'm not used to it yet. It's not going to have the line stretching all the way across here, halfway to, Venus or Mars. I'm still going to say USA. I don't care what anybody says. Not United States of America. Let's see. Madison Township, Lake County, Ohio, USA. Now we have no places. This is our first place in this tree. New place named Ohio. Well, what do we got? A place. We've already got a place number 2. I don't know how that happened, but it's obviously going to be the right place. I don't know how that got in there. USA already in there. I don't know why that's there. See if this autofills now, just for the fun of it. Yep. Okay. See, that worked good. That's okay. See, it broke the line. It's 2 lines now. Madison Township, Lake County, Ohio. All right. Now, residence particulars. You don't have to put anything there if you don't want to. Put anything you want here. Okay, now what's our source on this? You got to click this line to put your assertion in the right place. We're going to do a assertion about one of these conclusions. We got to click this line so that we don't put our age assertion over here. Okay. Now you see we've got nothing over here on names because this is a new table. This is a new assertion table. This is about age. 1930. Oh my goodness, look at that autofill. I don't have to copy and paste nothing. All right, now here we don't do autofill because you would never remember how to start typing, but we do this. Bingo, it's done. That was not copy and pasting. That was super simple. In fact, I could have used the tab key and the arrow key instead of using the mouse. The assertion is 3. I added a dash only because it clarifies that it's a fraction. 3 3/12. Okay. Now we have an age assertion on this line. What do I mean by line? I mean this finding. See, we've got an age assertion here, asterisk, 3 3/12. So now this gives us, where's our reasoning come from? Where's our source on this? This is a conclusion. The user says this. Why? Well, because of this. What do we have? Oh, look, there's an age. Okay. Now over here, what's this source about? What are we saying here? Saying it's a name, so I guess we're saying it's a birth name. Now we got a age over here, and my surety is slightly less than average. Let's just put it over there someplace and save the changes. All right, so that's how you make sources, citations, and assertions in Treebard, and how you go find them and look at what they were when you made them. Find the asterisk, that's a 1, okay? Later on there'll be asterisks on lots of these things. So I'll see you soon. Bye.